Did he leave?
So we weren't having a debate here. If you want
Mhm,
to have a
that's not what I
debate,
asked.
okay, I'm answering. If you,
No, you're answering a question I didn't ask, which is the issue. I'll ask
okay,
again.
so
Is this chat itself? Is this a debate forum? Is it
okay,
open?
so if you want to have a debate, you set it up, and we can set up a room for the debate. You decide on what you're going to debate, and both people decide that that's what they actually want to debate, and they agree on rules, and there is a moderator or not a moderator for the debate. Right now, what we're doing is just having a conversation, a discussion on different issues that have been brought up today. That's your answer. You may not like it, but that's the real answer.
Oh, the issue is that wasn't the question I asked. You misheard it. So did Darth Dawkins. You misheard it
No,
slightly less
we
badly
didn't.
than Darth Dawkins is. I asked, is this chat open to debates? Not is this chat currently having a debate? And
No,
the answer would be just
you
like,
asked you asked
could I
is this
infer
chat
from your
open to
answer that it would be
debate?
yes?
Don't talk
Would
over
yes
me.
be your answer? Oh,
So
would
don't
yes be your answer?
don't talk over me. So
You interrupted me, so I'm just going to talk over you. Darth Dawkins
yeah,
seems to have
don't
rage quit,
just
so I
talk.
think I'm going to
Okay,
leave.
so so
You seem to be having a melt.
okay, when you tell me you're just going to talk over me, I'm telling you that you're what you're doing is breaking the rules of the server, and so I'm not just going to let you talk over me. That's not allowed here on this server. And as a moderator of this server, I'm going to make sure you don't just talk over me or over anybody else. And so I explained how to have a debate on this server. We're not having a debate on this server right now. If there was a debate on this server, we could choose any voice channel or make a new voice channel for the actual debate. That's not what happened here today. What happened was people came in and posed questions, and so we're still dealing with them. Now, I'm going to unmute you again, but don't make any other false accusations against me and don't talk over me. And if you keep saying, I'm going to talk over you, understand if you keep saying, I'm going to break the rules of the server, we'll just get you off the server. We'd be happy to do that if we need to.
Okay, to make this super clear, this is the third time I've said this. I'm not asking you if we're currently having a debate. It's okay though. I've inferred what the actual answer to my question is from your response. And if your rule is don't talk over people, then you violated it by interrupting me. So cry harder.
Yeah. What kind of a theist are you?
I'm not interested in what you think of my moderation.
This guy is very irritating, to be
Oh, okay.
honest. Very
So
irritating.
to answer,
Atheist. What
yeah.
kind of a theist are you?
Oh, I'd be like an agnostic deist.
Okay. Are you a teenager?
No, I'm 22.
Good. How do you explain your stupidity?
No, are you okay, bud?
How do I asked you a legitimate question? How do you explain your stupidity?
Oh, how do you explain why you haven't stopped raping your wife yet?
Okay, listen, that's not a loaded question because your
It is?
stupidity is on full display. Okay?
I
Okay,
see
sure,
what he
bud.
did there.
When you say, "Oh, you're a theist," but then you say you're an atheist?
No, I'm an agnostic deist.
Okay, no. Okay, you see, then your stupidity is on full display. Do you know what agnosticism is, and do you know
Oh,
what
yes, with an
theism
I.
is?
Yeah. So atheism
Yeah,
and
yeah.
agnosticism are super similar concepts.
Agnosticism
They're
means
usually
that the
things.
concept of
We
listen.
don't interrupt people in the server, bud. We don't
Yeah,
talk over
no,
people, right, bud?
I do,
Are you
when
violating?
you're that stupid. I do when
He's
you're
the
that stupid.
moderator. You don't
Okay.
interrupt.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
don't interrupt
I
moderators,
interrupt
Right.
people
especially.
when you're just blathering on in stupidity. Number one, an atheist is somebody who says the word God doesn't mean anything. Deism means that the word means that there is a creator God who created everything, but he does not intervene and he does not give revelation. Okay. So the two ideas of atheism and deism are incompatible with each other. Okay. So are we clear?
So to clarify the issue here is you seem to be under the impression that agnosticism is the idea that there is no meaning
No,
or that there isn't a
that's right.
definition for
That
God.
is correct.
There are
That's
many
right.
definitions for God.
No,
The issue is there's no
listen, you're
coherent
not
one.
understanding. You're not understanding. You
Okay,
put
you're gonna have a
down that
meltdown
you're a
again.
theist. Okay.
Have another panic attack, bud.
Okay. All right, you're done. You are
Stay
done.
mad. You
Okay.
lost.
Okay. See, okay, no. See, they just can't help but troll. He wants to put down that he's a theist, but then he says he's a deist. He doesn't know the difference between a theist and a deist.
He
To be a
told us in
theist requires
advance.
to be
I'm
a
sorry.
theist requires specificity. Okay. If you don't have specificity, then you're a deist. So he doesn't understand. He claims he's a deist, but in his profile, he says he's a theist. Okay.
He told us in advance he wasn't going to follow the rules of the server. That's why I had no problem muting him.
I'm a Islam, but it doesn't make any sense. I'm a Christian and Muslim at the same time.
Here, I just typed in atheism, okay? Not for my benefit, but for everyone else. Agnosticism or atheism is the idea that the question of the existence of God
Incorrect.
is meaningless because the word
Simply wrong.
God had. Okay, why did you avoid this?
Why did I avoid what?
Atheism has a standard meaning. Okay, if you're not using words according to their standard usages, you're not welcome to talk in here. Okay.
Oh, so I never used the word atheism. I said agnostic. It has a standard meaning as well.
All right, yeah,
they're
this
similar
is-
concepts.
Oh,
but they're
no,
not the same.
Darth. No, Darth. We don't have any deist role, so that's why he asked for a deist role, but we don't have. That's why we gave him a theist role. But he claimed to be an agnostic deist when he came to the server.
Yeah, I've been really consistent, Darth Dawkins. Maybe you
Okay,
should
I
stop
will
having
read again
meltdowns
to
and
you.
start just listening to what I say.
Agnosticism, shut up.
Better listen very
You're
closely,
getting
bud.
on my nerves.
Oh, you're
Listen
getting
to
kind of
me.
old.
Okay, there he is. He revealed it. He's a troll. There we go. We got another troll.
Darth, shut the fuck up, dude. Shut the hell up, you fucking moron.
Okay, agnosticism is the idea that the question of the existence of God is meaningless because the word God has no coherent or unambiguous definition. So this guy is using words not according to their standard usage. Therefore, he's not communicating. It never ceases to irritate me when people just start to use words any way they want to use them. They're like Humpty Dumpty in Alice in Wonderland. Words mean whatever I want them to mean.
Very quick clarifying question. What is the word I've misused? Just the one word I've misused? At least one example?
Okay, would you ban him from the server, please?
I'm just asking for an example. It's an easy question to answer.
Ban him from the server, please. Or at least kick him for the day. I'm more than welcome people coming in here and disagreeing with us. I'm all for that. But when it's clear they're just trolling, then I have no patience for them.
And to be clear, we talk to who we want to talk to when we want to talk to them. We have a perfect right to answer questions, not answer questions, to sit back, not sit back, whatever. Just like anybody else, we have free will about who we speak with.
Free will is a myth.
Damn.
See, they all have one thing in common. They think our time on this planet is a big joke. Okay? They're in for a very rude awakening because number one, life is very short. When you're young, you think life goes by slower than it does. But when you start to get older, you realize the rapidity, how rapid life goes by. Right? We are not on this planet very long time. And number two, they think, oh, well, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Yeah, well, tell me you would react that way if I doused you with gasoline and held a match up next to you. Okay? Your heart rate's not going to accelerate. Okay? They're facing eternal damnation and they think it's a joke. Thank you, Charles Darwin. This is what Charles Darwin has done. Okay? While posing as a science, Charles Darwin, in effect, has attempted to murder God by his theory of evolution, and people no longer take Judgment Day as a serious issue. They just want to think it's make believe. Okay? You'll find out the hard way when you die.
They already know.
I think the atheists just want to sin.
Well, we know that's true. That's why we're treating them the way we are, is because we know they're in rebellion to God, a God they know exists,
Yeah, I think they're all
every
just a bunch of
creature,
liars.
every creature knows that they have a creator.
Exactly. It just really
People
frustrates
say,
me when they don't
people
strip a
say,
law.
how do you know Christianity is the truth? Oh, it's really simple, because it has the property set that without which you couldn't have truth or falsity. The denial of Christianity is impossible, because in order to deny the Christian worldview, you'd have to establish a worldview. But worldviews that don't actually exist, you can't establish. In order to have truth and falsity, to have meaningfulness, to have intelligibility, you're going to need an ultimate reference point that has the necessary characteristics, attributes, so that there can be concepts of truth and falsity. Only the Christian God has the necessary properties and attributes, but they do not want to bow the knee to the Christian God. So they go whistling past the graveyard, worshiping their non-existent ultimate reference points.
I think that atheists like sold their souls to the devil when they were young, and they were promised like eternal life with him, and so they say that they're atheists so they can sacrifice as many souls as they can to Satan.
People become atheists for the most part generally starts in their teenage years. It's because their eyes and ears are awakening to a world full of temptation. And they do not want there to be a God because he's going to look over their shoulders. They want to fulfill their temptations, okay, without
Hey,
God
Darth.
looking over their shoulder. Hey, Reg.
Hey,
Amen.
So
check
this
check your
is
DMs
why.
real quick.
Well, Moody is a troll. So is I am.
Okay.
Thank you for the info.
Good to admit.
It really warms my heart knowing that all atheists are gonna burn in hell for all of the souls that they've taken from us.
Well, it's not just the atheists, it's the religionists too. Remember,
Yeah.
in the Gospels, Jesus told that the religionists, the people who thought that they were devoutly serving God, were of their father, the devil. Why? Because they were truly unrepentant. They didn't come to the realization that they were entirely under God's wrath and they needed to seek his mercy.
Hmm.
So it's not just the atheists. It's anyone who has not been born again and placed their faith in Jesus Christ alone for the forgiveness of their sins.
I also think it's really funny when Muslims or Mormons think that they're going to heaven, or Jews. It's sad as well.
Well, the scripture says, they will collect for themselves teachers to tickle their itching ears. Okay,
They refuse to listen.
they want to believe these works gospels. Islam is a works gospel. Mormonism is a works gospel. Catholicism, Eastern Orthodoxy, liberal Protestantism, these are works gospels. They want to believe this. Because in works gospels, you don't have to acknowledge your your autonomous reasoning. Okay. In true Christianity, you have to acknowledge your autonomous reasoning is an abomination before God, and that we are guilty and completely and entirely under God's wrath. Until we recognize that we are, not that we will be, that we are under God's absolute wrath, it is only the patience and mercy of God that he does not implement it. Only until we realize that then and then turn to faith in Jesus Christ can we have our sins forgiven. Merely believing in God, even reading the Bible, thinking Jesus is a great guy, right? Even believing in the doctrine of the Trinity is not going to save somebody. That's why Jesus
Darth,
said
you're
you
just a
must
little
be
coffee,
born
little bitch.
again.
Your mama's a fucking whore, you
Okay.
fucking little shithead, bro. I'll fucking.
I hate trolls.
He had a good point.
He's gonna go to hell too. Dawkins, do you think all Catholics go to hell too?
Well, anybody can be saved, but if somebody believes what the Catholic Church teaches, then they're not saved.
Yeah, that's basically what I meant.
Catholicism is basically teaching a works gospel. In order to be saved, whatever time in human history, we have to come to the realization of our complete guilt in terms of an entire lifetime, that there is no amount of works or performance that I do in the past, the present, and the future that is going to score brownie points with God. And where God says, well, you know what? You did all of these religious duties. Okay, you can be forgiven now. The Bible
Amen.
says in Isaiah, all of our righteousness are as filthy rags before God. Does God want us to do good works? Yes, he does. But God does not want us to believe that doing good works is going to change one bit our standing or status before him as the holy and righteous judge. The reason why people are going to die in unbelief is because they refuse to accept the natural and the special revelation about who God is. Once we recognize who God is, we will have an immediate realization of our own utter guilt and condemnation before God.
I think that
Then
it's
we,
blasphemy to think that anyone's good enough to go to heaven by works alone.
well, they will pervert that saying, well, I need Jesus to forgive my sins, but you see, I have to cooperate and perform all of these rituals and sacraments. Well, that's a polluted gospel, okay? We have to recognize that we are only doing good works out of gratitude to God. We are doing good
Amen.
deeds. We are being faithful out of gratitude to God, and because that is His will. Those good works are not going to motivate God to let us into heaven. If God was going to determine the Apostle Paul where he would spend eternity based upon his performance, okay, even if Paul lived 1,000 lifetimes and performed the same way, he would still go to hell, because we're not saved by our performance. We are saved by recognizing that we are under the eternal wrath of God, and we need to repent and turn to Christ and cry out to him to save us from our sins. Then and only then will God forgive us. All of these other churches out there and religions teach that, oh, you just got to be, you just have to be faithful to a certain degree. Okay? All of the religions of the world teach this, with the exception of biblical Christianity, and even groups within Christianity that we call Christendom, liberal Protestantism, Eastern Orthodoxy, Roman Catholicism, other schismatic groups, they all teach the same crap too.
Do you think evolution is real?
Well, if by evolution you mean that there's a universal common ancestry of all life forms, no.
Mm.
If
Can you
by
elaborate?
evolution, if you mean by evolution that there's change in biological reproduction, yeah, nobody disputes that.
I mean, more so like the theory, like the Darwin's theory of evolution.
No, Darwin's theory of evolution is a garbage theory. It's just that uh, it has a stranglehold in the scientific community, and it has so for almost 100 years because it's the only materialistic explanation that they can hold to avoid God. Darwin himself confessed that his theory in his own writings, other people, was like confessing to a murder. Julian Huxley, one of it was either the son or grandson of Darwin's pit bull, uh, T.H. Huxley, not a real pit bull, but his spokesman, said that the here. Let me read the quote. He said, "Darwin's real achievement was to remove the whole idea of God as creator of organisms from the sphere of rational discussion. Look, the facts of evolution simply just don't hold up. The fossil record is not what we would expect to find after billions of years of life on this planet. What you would expect to find is if there was a massive worldwide catastrophe resulting in recurrent tsunamis flooding the earth and burying animals quickly. Okay? The fossil record exemplifies stasis, not transition. Even the world's top paleontologists admit this. But when you go to museums with all of their wonderful, artistic renditions, you would believe that there was this weighty evidence that animals evolved one to another. It isn't. The similarities within the genes or coding sequences do not necessitate a common ancestry. And by the way, to believe that, you have to totally throw probabilistic reasoning out the window. The idea that mutations could build the genome is as astronomically improbable as you could quantify anything. It's as close to impossible as improbability gets. But they don't
Why?
care. Why? Well, what are the odds of mutations producing the coding sequences for a simple protein of 100 amino acids?
Well, what are the odds? I'm not sure. What are the odds?
Okay, each coding sequence for a single amino acid would be 1 in 20 because there's only 20 amino acids. Okay, so if you have a random generation of nucleotides in triplets, each triplet would be a codon. Each codon is a 1 in 20 chance. So one codon to code for an amino acid is 1 in 20. The second one is 1 in 400. The third one is 1 in 8,000. The sixth is 1 in 64,000. Excuse me, 1 in 64,000. So each additional coding sequence that you need for a linear coding sequence for even the simplest of proteins would be conservatively 1 in 10 followed by 100 zeros. Now, is that a large number?
Is 1 in 10 followed by 100 zeros a large
A
number?
large
Yeah,
number.
it's a pretty large
Okay,
number.
good. Now, if I gave you a trillion times a trillion Earth-like planets over 13.7 billion years, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say that number of trials of mutations, and I will give you a larger number than it actually is. Let's say that's 10 followed by 40 zeros, the number of trials.
Mm-hmm.
Then you would still have a 1 in 10 followed by 60 zeros chance of producing one simple protein. And most proteins have hundreds and hundreds of amino acids in their chain, and the folding of the protein determines its functionality. So the idea that randomness, from a probabilistic standpoint, see, you can avoid this line of reasoning that I'm giving you. All you have to just do is ignore the improbability, which is what evolutionists do. But if you're going to look at it on terms of probabilistic grounds, which evolutionists do when they reason for causality and laws of nature, if you're going to live by the sword, you have to die by the sword. If you're going to reason by probabilistic reasoning, then you're going to live or die by probabilistic reasoning. So the idea that mutations could build the genome over billions of years is patently absurd. The only reason why people will object to that, even people who have PhDs in biology, is because they've already drunk the Kool-Aid that evolution happened and that it's a fact.
What do you think about dinosaurs?
I think dinosaurs, as well as other creatures, went extinct shortly after the flood. That the animals that went upon there, once people reject God's revelation, then they're just going to resort to their own thinking without God and his revelation as the reference point. And so what they will do is they will logically conclude to the wrong answer. That everything has to be explained in terms of the past, in terms of a purely materialistic succession. The dirty little secret is this: the fossilized remains that we have extant today, that is referred to as the fossil record, exemplifies stasis, not transition. Creatures appear abruptly and they disappear abruptly without numerous successive transitional forms. This is exactly what you would expect to find if the biblical account of the flood happened. This is not what you would expect to find if evolution was true. Now, there are some devout paleontologists out there who are anti-creationists and they staunchly believe in evolution, and they admit that the fossilized remains basically exemplify stasis and not transition. And to prove it, some of those evolutionists advocate punctuated equilibrium, which is a sub-evolutionary theory that evolution happens so quickly and so fast in certain sequences that it doesn't leave behind telltale fossilized evidence. Why would they be advocating punctuated equilibrium if the fossil record exemplified transition rather than stasis? So you see, people grow up in Western society or in academics. They're brainwashed with only hearing one side of the argument for evolution. They don't know the counter arguments, and they think that they've been fed good scientific evidence.
How old do you think the Earth is?
I believe the earth is young because I hold to the Christian worldview that God
Mhm.
has revealed himself and that he's created. See, this question never fails to come up because people are brainwashed that all of the scientists have determined that the earth is old. No, they haven't. It's based entirely upon circular reasoning. In order to date
I
rocks,
think that they're lying.
no, I don't agree with you. I think that they have decided to abandon the idea of God as creator, and that they will only accept materialistic, mechanistic explanations for everything into the distant past, and they've drunk their own Kool-Aid, okay, to use a figure of speech. I think they actually look, in order to believe in evolution from their point of view, not mine, you have to allow for long periods of time in order for evolution to pass the smell test. Okay. Even in Darwin's day, he didn't know the complexity of DNA. So they thought that they just needed lots of time, like millions or billions of years. But what they didn't realize is even billions of years, even if you allowed for trillions of Earth like planets, that's not enough trials for mutations to produce building the genome, let alone building some elementary proteins. But you see, they're not going to teach you that in school. Because if they teach you that in school, then people will stop believing in evolution. Okay?
So you said it's young, but like what's the range of years
Well,
that you would
since since
think?
since I hold that God's testimony about duration is spot on, and the opinion of man is not to be trusted if it conflicts with God, then the Earth would be anywhere between 6 and 10,000 years old at the outermost.
Okay.
You see, when I was young, this
Can you
troubled me. When I was young, this troubled me. But as I began to study the issue, it stopped troubling me because I was no longer deceived. Just because something is held in wide consensus, it is no guarantee that it's correct. How many really smart people several thousand years ago, okay, believed that the sun orbited the Earth? Okay, Were they wrong? If you
Yeah.
were to read one of the greatest books ever written on the philosophy of science, it's called The Structure of Scientific Revolutions by Thomas Kuhn. Thomas Kuhn says science is driven by paradigms, not by discoveries. A paradigm is an overarching filter through which we interpret all sense data. Okay, and so uh, when Darwin came along, he got people to abandon the creationist paradigm that God was creator, God created this world, God created life on this planet, to believe that they just rather than to outright deny God, they did it in a sneaky way. Just say you just ignore God and you just simply talk about materialistic origins. Evolution is one of the biggest hoaxes of all of human history.
What are some other hoaxes?
Global warming.
Okay.
Could you elaborate, please? How's
Yeah,
how
there's no hardcore evidence that the Earth is significantly warming. How long have we been measuring temperatures? Only for a little over 150 years, and they want to appeal to some esoteric findings. You know, they want to go into ice cores and all this kind of stuff. They're building conjecture upon conjecture upon speculation, and then they push it off as science. Don't get me wrong, I am not anti-science. What I am anti is groupthink. Right? And just because a lot of people jump on the bandwagon, it doesn't make it true. Another thing is simply this. Like they'll say, well, you see, we've had an increase in carbon dioxide. There's this spike. Okay. So, well, which one caused which? Maybe an increase of global temperatures cause an increase in carbon dioxide levels. You see, whenever people are indoctrinated in certain things of groupthink, the groupthink automatically leaves out the counter evidence.
How do you feel about vaccines?
I as long as they're rigorously tested, I'm very pro vaccines.
Okay.
I think anti-vaxxers for the most part, with some exception, are whack jobs.
What do you think about the election that just happened recently? Like, do you think it was fraud?
I think we have very clear evidence that even before the election, that they were going to attempt to do what we now know. We now have strong evidence that they did do. That there was massive cheating going on in a number of the swing states. Okay, and it's now going. And now it's going now into the court system. The FBI is investigating this. This does not pass the smell test. How is it that Republicans could lose no congressional seats and gain seats, and yet Joe Biden win the general election?
I have an answer to that question.
What's the answer?
Well, the answer would be that the presidential candidate in the general was like remarkably unpopular compared to like the average Republican.
No, you're not understanding. Okay, how old are you?
Oh, I answered this earlier. I'm 22.
You're okay. You know what coattails are?
Oh, coattails, like the tails of a coat.
Politically.
Oh, politically, like some riding on someone's coattails is like figurative.
Yeah. Do you know what that is?
Riding on someone's coattails, yes.
Yeah. So when you have a victory like that, there's usually coattails that affects it. It affects it in the congressional election.
But the problem is that like
hold on a second. Hold on a second. Here we have a candidate who was not even campaigning. Okay, in any stretch of the imagination. And when he did go out before the microphone, he was constantly making not only were they gaffes, they were gaffes of such nature that people actually believe that these are signs of senility. Here's a guy who, okay,
go ahead.
Yeah, you could say it's unpopular all you want, but if he's so unpopular, then why did the Republicans gain seats in the House? That doesn't make sense. Now,
because he's a polarizing figure.
Hold on a second. You see, you're too young to understand. There's been
Oh, okay.
a long history in Democrat politics of cheating in elections.
They had to throw out a Pennsylvania congressional election a couple years back because the Republicans cheated on it. Like the judge had to annul the whole thing.
If you could give me a link to that, I'd like to.
I could, yeah.
But the fact of the matter is, the vast majority where there's been bona fide cheating in the past, Democrats have been guilty. Okay. Now, the fact of the matter is, this is not sour grapes. We have numerous dozens of eyewitness testimony of the voter corruption that was going on. Okay. I just read an article just a few minutes ago where a guy said in one location they were taking every Trump ballot that they have and throwing it in the garbage.
Okay, that seems. So this is what you have, what you call like an anecdote. It's not really strong evidence for a widespread issue.
No. I'm not giving you an anecdote.
Oh, okay.
I'm giving you that there are dozens of accounts like this that are indicative that corruption is going on. Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Okay, listen to me. Do you think Joe Biden won the elect? Why were the votes stopped counting all at the same time within 30 minutes?
Okay, which of those questions do you want me to answer? Did Joe Biden win the election, or how did the vote stop counting?
Why
in
did
30
they
minutes?
stop the counting in a number of the swing states all within 30 minutes of each other?
Oh, probably because they all run on pretty similar clocks. We have different time zones, of course, but when it comes to counting, it's almost always the same time.
Get out of here! You're out of here! You're done. You're done. Okay, this guy is simply he's just a pro-Biden contrarian. Okay,
It's so stupid. Why'd they quit? Why'd Pennsylvania quit and get stuck at 67%? Oh, it's only 67% of the vote counted. Here, let's pack up. We'll come back tomorrow. That doesn't even make any sense.
Because there were a lot of votes to count, like a lot of mail-in votes. They probably decided we've done a lot tonight.
At 67%, you're right.
Wait, what indicates fraud about that? What about that is indicative of fraud?
Eben, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Can you look in the logs and see who server muted me, please?
Okay, who server muted?
Yeah,
I'll
tell you that was me.
Okay, don't server mute me.
I'll do what I like.
No, you can fuck off. You're not going to server mute me.
And this is why
you're not going to server mute.
Send shorts. Send shorts for this guy. Send shorts for this guy. That's undeniable.
I just done it again.
Eben. You
better
take care of your.
Oh, look, I've done it again. Wow. Listen, you're a bully.
Shorts flying.
Honestly. Ben, what are you doing, dude? Like, why are you muting him?
Holy shit.
Obviously.
What are you muting him for? I'm confused.
He's not gonna come back. You guys do that to him.
Wow, you guys fucking killed the vibe.
Discussion.
Yo, Ben.
Yeah,
What do you think of? What do you think of Darth?
I think he's a joke debater, and I think people make excuses for him because they like him. For example, Ibn constantly makes excuses for him, and I think it's a joke. At the end of the day, for example, I had a discussion with a Unitarian the other day. I was patient with him. I listened to his dumb arguments. We went through his dumb arguments. He's now considering Trinitarianism, okay, which is a good thing. If I took Darth's approach, okay, I would tell him to F off and then block him, and then the conversation would go no further. All he does, he asks the same 5 questions within the same 5 ways, and if he doesn't get the answer he's looking for, he then blocks them and kicks them. He is literally a NPC character in a game. If you don't say the right words, the conversation doesn't progress.
Yeah,
he's a joke.
True.
Well said.
I am not a Christian. Love you, Ben. Hell yeah.
Dude, wait, what was the purpose of meeting him this time? What did he do?
Told me to F off.
Oh,
Yeah,
Okay,
you're not,
you do
you're
that
not going to
after.
server
You
meet
shouldn't
me
really.
again.
Daft. You shouldn't be really be doing that, man. You shouldn't be doing that. I was gonna say this, like,
Ben,
you
can
shouldn't
you
be
unmute my
telling people
friend
to F off,
Synthesis?
especially Christians.
Okay, you're not going to mute me again. It's not going to happen again.
What if it
Stop
did
crying,
happen
man.
again?
What are you crying for? It's not a big deal, man. Not a big deal.
No, he won't be muting me again. It won't happen. Ooh, look at that. He's server muted and deafened. Ooh, how'd that happen?
Oh, wow, this is truly Christian behavior. I don't know.
No. Let me explain something to you. When the Apostle Paul was arrested and about to be mistreated by the Romans, the apostle stood up and he loudly objected. He says, "You can't do that to me. I'm a Roman citizen." And they couldn't treat him in the way they were doing it because he was a Roman citizen. Okay?
Right.
I talked with the owner of the server. Right? See, you're not going to mute me again, Ben. Good, he's muted. Now, I talk with the owner
Somebody
privately.
unmute
He
Ben
wants
so he
me
can
on my
speak to him.
server. No, he's not going to be. He's not going to mute me again. It's not going to happen.
Somebody unmute Ben. Let's just get this conversation going, man. Come on.
Okay, we're going to find out who did that. Okay.
It's Ben. Bro, Ben, stop being an idiot.
Okay, he's done. He is finished. Where's Eben?
Darth is the owner.
Darth is not the owner.
I think you should both have a conversation, him and Ben.
Honestly.
Talk it out.
But I don't know if Darth even wants to listen to Ben.
That's the thing. If you get it sorted and talk it out, like, obviously make peace between brethren.
Don't talk over me. Mute this guy.
Shut up. Listen, shut your Muslim mouth, man. Anyway, that's all I'm saying. Like, you just need to make peace between brethren.
Well, honestly, I don't think Darth is gone for now. Yeah.
Why?
He went somewhere. He's gonna call Ibn, I think. I believe Darth is in a partnership with Ibn, and that's why, I guess he's kind of important for Ibn.
Are they a couple?
No, not like that.
Oh,
Internship, something like that, from a server. Yeah. He brings in a lot of people to the servers. Right. That's why I think he's still here. Justice for Ben. Not fair.
I don't know why some Christian defending Darth.
No, it's because they like them. They like.
Okay, what's happening now? Sorry, I just
There's a mini
joined.
schism going on right now.
I just joined.
Okay,
Hi.
he's losing his mod powers. Okay.
Who's losing mod power?
Ben Beal
Who's
is
losing
losing
mod
his
power?
mod powers. Yep.
And who are you to say that? Who are you to say that?
Who am I? Because I just talked with one of the
Yeah.
senior admins who told me that's going to happen.
Yeah, that's not gonna
This
happen.
guy sounds like Veruca Salt. Have you heard of Veruca Salt? He sounds like just stuck up and arrogant, man. Let's sort yourself out. What is this?
No, I have been requested to.
You are so up yourself. It's embarrassing, bro.
Okay. All right. Good.
That's it.
All right. Good. Okay. Now, I have been requested by the server owner, one of the top admins. They want me on here on a regular basis because I draw a crowd. And there are a couple of admin on here who have a personal axe to grind on me, and they gratuitously kick and mute me. Well, it's going to stop, and he's now going to lose his mod powers. Okay.
Ben, I don't know why you were doing that, dude. Like, you just dug your own grave.
He's done it before. He has a personal vendetta. That's why I swore at him. Should I have sworn at him? No, but he's simply just trying to poke me in the eye. Okay, say bye-bye to your mod powers, Ben.
So Darth
He's
Dawkins,
not
I'm not
gonna
a Christian,
lose
so I wouldn't know this. I wouldn't know the specifics of the theology here. But what are I'm aware like cursing is a sin. What are the downsides of doing so?
No, we're not to speak with coarse language. And from time to time, when I get angry, I let one rip, and then I apologize for doing it. But I don't apologize for being angry at these renegade mods. Okay.
Okay, that's not what I
They
was
don't.
asking.
They don't like my style. What did I answer?
Oh well, the question you seemed to answer was like some explanation about why it's okay for you. I'm just asking, like, what are the detriments of?
No, we're done.
No?
We're done, little boy. We're done, little boy.
You should relax, bud.
We're done, little boy.
Don't get so mad.
Okay, you changed your name. You're trolling again.
Can I ask you a quick question?
Troll me again, and you're going to be kicked off the server. Stop trolling.
If you'd like me to change my name back, you could. Would you like me to change my name back?
Okay, troll me again. See what happens to you.
I'm just asking. Would you like me to change my name back?
He just asked a question.
Can I talk to you, Darth, about Ben? Can we move to a different room, please?
I have no interest. Who's speaking?
Paul.
No, I have no interest in speaking with you.
I have no interest in speaking to you too either.
Okay,
but when you
Paul.
offend one of my...
Paul.
Go...
Bye, Paul. I have no interest in speaking with you.
Go ahead, try.
Yeah.
You have no
Paul.
powers anymore here.
Okay, good. Then you're going to get yours removed. Okay, we'll take care of this.
Oh, Darth Dawkins, could I ask you a quick question, bud?
Paul.
Paul
I
is
don't
the
know
owner
why...
of the server?
No, I'm
yeah,
not.
that's
I'm
the
not.
owner.
No.
Not at all, but what just... Man.
He
You guys always...
Well, first of all,
always
Paul is a hypocrite. Anyway, Paul is a big hypocrite.
I am.
And,
I don't think.
And Antonio,
Sure.
you're dishonest, man.
I think Paul's been
No,
exceptionally
Paul is
fair to Darth
hypocrite.
here.
I'm sorry?
I think Paul has been exceptionally fair to Darth here. It seems like a completely reasonable response. I don't understand what the issue is. Is it just because Darth creates content, so you guys want him around?
No, one of the founders like him, so they sided with him and they give him the kind of, privilege to be the person he is. And unfortunately, I truly have empty tags. Like, I don't really have a lot of influence, so don't look at me and start telling me to do things that I cannot do. I cannot kick him, I cannot ban him, I cannot do anything. I will. I mean, I have a co-founder that if she comes back, she will ban him immediately. But unfortunately, she's been AFK for the past month. And I've had this issue with Darth before, and yeah, he got out of the server and he got banned. So that's why he doesn't want to talk to me.
That's unfortunate. I wish he would be a little bit more mature about his responses usually. But are there any other Christians here who would like to have some conversation about the differences in our beliefs?
I'm new here. I just got here. My name's Alex. Alexander, you'll find me. I don't really know what's going on here, so I'd love to input, but I don't. Could you refresh me what's going on here?
Oh, it just seems to be some drama related to Darth Dawkins. He seems to be getting really emotional with all the users here. I know he got really mad at me in particular, but that doesn't matter. That's not that big of a deal. So would you call yourself a Christian, Alex?
I guess.
Is Darth like who's the owner of the server?
I believe in. What was that?
Oh, one of the people here was asking who the owner is. It's not Darth though, so you don't have to worry about it, Dawid. So could you go back to your response about if you're a Christian? Don't worry too much about that.
You talking to me?
Oh yeah, you, Alex. I was wondering if you were a Christian or not.
I believe in Jesus, that he died. He died on the cross for me, and I'm covered in his blood. I believe in God, but my relationship's a bit personal. I'm one of those people. Like, I've gone today alone through several different Discord servers, and I all walk into them, having debates, and I'll be a person there who's like pansexual or homosexual, and I'll come in there and I'll start wailing on this person, and I'm over here like, come talk to me, and I'll come talk to this person, or I'll be trying to advocate to them. And I'll come out of this person, they're talking to me, and I'm over here trying to explain to them what's going on, and helping them through it sometimes. they come away with a different point of view.
Yo,
Whereas
Ben,
other
dude.
people in there fighting,
Please
they're
don't.
arguing, and they're looking to step on people.
Hey, Alexander,
Yeah.
do you hate gay people?
No, I don't
Who
think
was, who
Alexander
was
hates
talking?
gay people.
Who was talking to me?
Me.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's
I
up?
just kind of came here to see
Yo,
if this was one of those
you know that
Discord
Omar Rat Boy
servers.
from Speaks Corner, right?
Say that again.
You know that Omar Rat Boy guy from Speaks Corner, right?
Yeah.
He's been on a TV show 2 years ago where he was like calling these like squad or something, and he told them that his phone got stolen and he caught out, and they caught him that he was lying.
Oh, really? Well, yeah, he is a bit of a strange one. But yeah. By the way, who was telling me not to mute Darth? Who took offence at that? Tell me.
Somebody with an A in their name with like a cross in
Okay.
it somewhere. I can
Okay.
grab you the specific name. Antonio. Antonio.
Okay, Antonio. So let me tell you why I done that. Okay, because the guy's a
They seem
joke
to be gone
debater.
now.
Okay, well let me tell
Antonio's
you
no longer
guys.
here.
So okay, well okay, so Darth Dawkins is a joke debater. He gets banned from other servers. Okay, he ends up telling people to fuck off, like he just did to me. And then when I block him, he then throws an adult tantrum. He messages me privately, raging like a man-child. He then goes to tell mods as if like he's a kind of a snitch. He can't have debates. He asks a series of questions in a certain way. And when they don't respond the exact way he wants, he kicks off, he tells them to F off, tells them to go away, blocks and mutes them, and it doesn't allow conversation to flow. If someone disagrees with you, it doesn't mean they're trolling. It just simply means they disagree, and that's called a debate, which is why sorry?
I said I just think
Who
it's a
said
little
that?
bit of a misrepresentation. It's me, Zakashi. I just
Okay,
think it's a
explain
little
how.
bit of a misrepresentation when you say that he just mutes people because they disagree. That's all. When that other guy was here, that other guy was here. Hold on a minute, I'm not done. I'm not done. I'm not done. So when that other guy was here, he wasn't just honestly debating. He was trying to get under Darth's skin.
Yeah, I absolutely
and
was.
that was very obvious.
Okay,
No.
okay, let me
What did he say that was trying to? What did he say that was
Okay, let me
dishonest?
say this. Okay. One second. Let me say this. Simply disagreeing with someone does not equal trolling. Okay, that's called a debate.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
1 second. If somebody disagrees with your points, you don't block them and mute them. And then when somebody mutes you for being a bully, he tells me to fuck off, and then he throws a hissy fit because I block him. It was inappropriate. The guy's a joke.
So
But I'm
Zakashi, can I
saying
ask you a
what
quick
happened
question?
up to then.
Zakashi, please. Excuse me, Zakashi.
My only point is what happened up to then.
Zakashi,
You
please.
misrepresented.
We all let you
That
talk.
was
Just
my
give me a
only
second.
point.
Zakashi, I'm
hold on.
Zakashi, you're
but
accusing me in particular. Can I respond?
I have to talk because I know that you guys will just go on. If I
Oh,
let you.
well, sure. You went on for quite a while, but you're accusing me directly. I haven't gotten a chance to respond. Okay, Zakashi?
I'm not sorry. I'm not.
Go ahead.
I'm not misrepresenting him. I'm saying this is a consistent pattern of behaviour that he does, and the guy's a joke.
Okay.
Okay.
So, yeah,
so,
I mean, listen, I don't respect him.
So Zakashi, can I
I
ask you a quick?
disagree, and I think
Zakashi,
that
can I ask
that's
you a
an
question
opinion
about?
that I disagree with. I just wanted to make sure you knew
Zakashi.
that.
Okay.
Zakashi, can I ask you a question about your? Can I ask you a question about your position?
I mean, I was
do
talking
you think?
to
Do
the
you
other
think?
guy, but go ahead.
You were talking. Yeah, you're talking about me though, and I'm right here.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, I'll answer your question then. So the issue is, like, you seem to be under the impression that, like, Darth Dawkins was being polite. You'd agree he wasn't being polite,
Nope.
right?
No, I wasn't under the impression
Okay.
he was being polite. I don't think that it's a rule to
Okay,
be polite.
so you'd agree
to
he's not
people.
being polite,
No, I don't think
correct?
that's the issue.
Okay.
Would I agree?
So if he's not being polite to me, then I have it. Then it's well within. So then it's well within reason for me to respond to him in a way that's impolite.
I think that you started being.
That's. I want an answer to my question, not a tangent.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, can you answer my
It
question?
answers your question because I'm answering
Okay,
your
do you
question.
think? Whoa. Just really simple in the realm of hypotheticals.
Okay, then
not
I'll
even
just
just
call
me
your question a
particular.
loaded question. It's
Oh,
a
you'll just call it a loaded question for literally no reason. Okay, so in the
Not for
realm
no
of
reason, because
hypotheticals, not even for me in particular, not this
loaded in.
specific case.
Go ahead and ask your question again.
What did I load in?
That's why I'm asking you to ask your question again, and we'll go through it.
You just said I loaded something in. What did I load in?
I'm asking you to ask
You didn't
your
think that
question
far ahead,
again,
did you?
and we'll go through it.
No, it's okay. I'll ask it again. So I'm going to ask purely within the realm of hypotheticals. Do you think somebody ought to be nice to somebody who's being unnice to them?
That wasn't the question you asked.
No, the question I asked earlier was about me in particular. I'm removing me from the equation, so it's unloaded as possible. The question I asked earlier: Do you
So
think
you're
I
asking
should,
a
do you think
new
I should be
question.
polite to Darth if he was being impolite to me?
So you
Oh, the
were
question I
loading
asked
in
earlier was:
things,
Do you think?
and now you're asking a different question.
No, I'm
Okay,
trying to
as
make sure
long
there's
as we're
nothing
clear
loaded in
on
there,
that, we
Zakashi.
can go
What do
forward.
you think I'm loading in, Zakashi? What do you think I'm
That's
loading
why
in?
I asked you to restate your question, and then we
Okay,
can go through
I'll
it
restate.
together.
I'll
Because you
restate
don't
word
want to
for
do
word what I
that.
asked earlier, and you can tell me what I loaded in. Since clearly you don't have any examples.
Okay.
So what I said earlier was: Do you think I should be polite to Darth if he's not being polite to me?
And what you're
What did I
loading
load
in
into that
is that.
question?
Why are you in answer you? You're trying to make me lose my train of thought, so I can't answer you.
It's a really simple question. I'll ask
So
again
what
if you
you
forget.
loaded in is that Darth
Yes.
Darth was being rude first. That's
He
what you loaded
was.
in your
You
question.
said he
wait.
was.
That's not the case.
Of course I loaded that in. You agreed to it.
I didn't agree to that. I didn't agree that.
You did. It was several seconds ago. Holy shit! I
I
recorded it.
agreed he was being rude. I never agreed he was rude to you first, which is what you're
Holy
loading into your
shit!
question.
No, nowhere in that question is him
Wait,
being
why
rude to me
holy
first
shit?
loaded in. It's just him being rude.
The issue is
You are beyond
you're
me,
making it
Zakashi.
sound like he was.
I'm not making it
Then
sound
you
like anything.
responded
I'm
by
asking you:
being
Do you
rude.
think I should be? Okay. Do you think Darth Dawkins was polite to me when he
You
talked
were
over me?
rude to him. You were rude to him.
Okay. You're gonna
and he
keep
was
saying your
rude in
same thing over and
return.
over again. You're clearly too
Yeah, you
stupid to
were
understand
rude
what
to
I'm
him.
saying.
Yeah, you were rude to me. You were trolling me.
Yeah,
I mean,
keep crying.
That's pretty obvious.
Okay, let's
Well-
see if you can be a truthful young man. Were you in any way repeatedly trolling me?
Oh, trolling you? Wait. Everything that I've said, I believe genuinely.
Okay, you're done. All right. When people start lying right to my face, you're done.
And this
I
is
mean,
why
I
no
tried to-
one takes you seriously. You do not
I tried
progress
to
in
talk to him like a
conversation.
normal
You are
Okay, well, first of all, hold on a second. Hold on a
well,
second.
let me finish my point.
No, you're not going to finish your point. Okay, you abused your mods. That's why you got your admin taken away because you were abusive, and now you're muted. Okay, so bye, Ben.
And you're also
Who got their mods taken away, Ben? Okay. I don't care if you don't take me seriously. You and Paul Washer have had a vendetta against me ever since I joined the server, and you've been looking for an opportunity to screw with me. Do I make some mistakes sometimes? Yes, but I try to curb those mistakes. But you, as the clown that you are, have some weird vendetta against me, and it backfired on you because now your mods are gone. Mine are not. Bye, Ben.
Poor Ben. I love you, Ben.
So what Cynthius was trying to say was that you were rude to him first, so that's why he was trolling you.
No,
So he had the right to troll.
Cynthius was repeatedly engaging in trolling tactics.
Oh, I know. Oh, yeah.
And then when I
obviously.
asked him, he did it on multiple times, over and over and over again. He was being rude, obnoxious with me. He was trolling. He was being deceitful. And then when I gave him an opportunity, were you trolling at all? And he goes, no. Okay. Once you start lying, you're done. Okay. We're done.
What did he do that was trolling?
I'm
And
not
he tried
going
to just do it with me.
I'm not going to go into it. Okay. I don't have to
so
explain
he didn't.
myself.
So he didn't.
I
so he
don't listen
didn't.
to me carefully. Listen to me carefully. I don't have to explain myself to you. Okay?
Oh no, you just can't. You just can't. So what did he do? What did he do that was trolling?
I've already explained it.
He didn't. So he didn't do anything, right?
Okay. All right. Good.
Because
So
we can't. Because we can't.
Bye. You want to troll too? Good. I explained to you. I went over it with you. If you weren't here for it, I don't care. I don't have to explain myself to you. I told you he was repeatedly trolling and he was being rude and he was being obnoxious. I don't care if you don't believe me. Okay? Too bad. Go away, little boy.
bye.
This is what I said earlier. I said we have a perfect right to explain ourselves or not explain ourselves, answer questions or not answer questions. And y'all said I didn't, that we didn't. It looks like we do have that perfect right.
Did I hear a gabble at the end of that? I'd have sworn I heard a gabble.
What's a gabble?
It's
Gavel.
a judge's little
gavel. Hammer.
Yeah.
Oh, a gavel. Oh, okay. I thought he said gabble, like Gabble, and I'm going, is this a new word I had never heard of in English? I was excited.
I did, but I was hoping you wouldn't point it out too strongly.
Oh, I never point out anything too strongly.
The president's tweeting again. That's kind of interesting.
So, getting away from the topic of trolling and all that, Darth, do you believe that we can't find truth without Christianity?
Without having within your model of reality that the triune God of Christianity and hence the Christian world view is the ultimate reference point, then truth and falsity have no meaning. There's your answer.
So Dart, about the Mary as God in the Quran, it's not wrong, buddy. And you quote like 171. It's actually what Christians say with their mouth.
You were trolling before. You're not going to keep on trolling again. Okay.
Can I refute you, Dart?
No, you
well,
can't.
people are more than welcome to
try.
disagree with me. I don't mind people disagreeing with me. What I do mind, excuse me, what I do mind is when people troll, and then piss on my leg and tell me it's raining. Okay.
I'm not understanding how people are just ganging up on Darth, not realizing that it's the person going against him who was trolling first. I'm not understanding.
Hi, can I ask Darth a question without being called a troll or a little boy, please?
Probably not.
No, because if you act like a troll or a little boy, I will call you those.
Well, can I just ask you a question?
Sure, you just did. Go ahead.
Okay. So you, in your explanation of why you thought Synthesis was a troll, you said that he used troll tactics. Could you like explain what some of the troll tactics were?
Listen to me. Occasionally, I'll humor people's requests, but
yeah.
I'm not interested in explaining to you in detail why I'm calling certain people trolls.
Oh, what?
Okay.
So I don't know.
I've explained it. I'm talking. I have explained it not only on other servers, but on this server multiple times, and it gets tiresome having to explain it over and over again. If you don't agree with me, I don't care.
Presumably, you have
a concise way to put it. Explain myself to you.
Presumably, you have a concise way to put it. You seem like a very good speaker, so presumably you'd have a concise way to put it that you could do real quick in a few seconds.
Well, you know what? If you promise to take off my shoes, clean my toes, lick my feet, then maybe I'd acquiesce to your request.
I'll suck your cock if you want me to. Like.
Now you just revealed that you're a troll. Okay. Yeah. See, I knew you were a troll from the get-go. Okay, you're fake, a phony, and a fraud. Okay,
and that was your good
this is
point.
What it doesn't take me long to smell out who the trolls are. I do not idly call people trolls merely because they disagree with me. But when people engage in trolling behavior, they start lying outright to my face about things. Okay, like when they're just simply being argumentative and a contrarian, right? Then we're done. Okay. There are plenty of people in here who witness me on other servers where people regularly disagree with me, and I do not mute them and I don't call them trolls because they're operating in at least a semblance of good faith. Okay.
Yeah, they're not like closed mind. They're actually at least
Can I disagree with you for a second? No,
so you
bro.
got everything back, Dart? You got your mod back?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this guy's
the admin who was harassing me is no longer an admin. Okay.
Yo, Dart, real quick, this guy's Paul Bishop. Is it the one that removed your tags?
He removed my tags.
Yeah, this guy's literally called me a shitty kid, and he said he will punch me in the face if he see me in real life. And he's an admin.
He said that in
still.
VC or text.
Yeah, I even have the text picture, and even Antonio was there. And even another guy.
Can you send back? Okay,
absolutely.
Paul, well, hold on a second. Hold on a second. Paul Bishop told you that he would punch you in your face?
Paul Bishop tell me last time, even I've been a moderator, the co-founder was witness to it. He said if he were to see me in real life, he will punch me in the face because I said he couldn't do his job as an admin properly. He was an admin, and you know what he says to me? Well, I'm an admin, but I'm not always there to do my job, you know? I'm an admin of a server of 1,000 people, but he never mute everyone. I said,
Can you
you're
send
not
me a
doing your
copy of
job.
what the message he sent to you in text? I'd like to see that.
Yeah,
Get
and
this,
he
Darth.
called me.
Darth,
He
get
called
this.
me.
He told Frenchie not to cuss, but he's a hypocrite. He was cussing all
Yeah.
in VC.
Yeah, he said I'm an
Oh,
idiot.
is cussing bad?
He will punch me. He will punch me in the face. Let's see. I think it's in the admin log. If you go into the muted chat, you can see
No,
it there.
just cursing.
Well, just
Hey, look,
just
it's not. Listen,
just
it's not just me. Mr. Kit is a better person than I am. He won't necessarily agree with that. Maybe he will. Mr. Kit is much more cool, level-headed. He doesn't lose his temper. He doesn't swear like I do. It's a bad habit. I apologize for it all the time. And they were going after Mr. Kit. Miss Ben and Paul Bishop were going after Mr. Kit. They just have a vendetta against people who are strong Christian apologists. This is what it's all about.
Darth,
Yeah.
how about we seem to be having like we both mutually don't seem to like each other, but how about we just put that aside and we can have like a polite conversation and we can both come to like shared agreements?
I'll just go away.
Yeah, here's the thing, like Darth.
Was that trolling behavior?
I don't know.
He has
Yeah.
a history of trolling.
they were
is he
they
even
were
a
removing my
Christian?
mutes while you guys were having your dispute, and weren't even talking to me about it.
Yeah, real quick here. Here's the thing. I do agree that Darth swears sometimes, but it's not a problem. We all have our problem here, and that's how it is. But he's a nice guy, and people always talk over Darth. It's kind of normal. He's
Yeah.
gonna get mad. I mean, it's just super normal. You guys cut him
So
over, scream at him. That's how
the
it
thing
is.
about Darth is he doesn't tell other people to stop cussing. That's the thing. I have a problem when you tell people to stop cussing and you turn around and do the same thing.
I do from time to time, but I understand that some people they have a habit. And listen,
It sounds like we're at the cafeteria lunch table.
We should not be swearing in here, okay? But people provoke me to the point of anger because they want to be real clowns, okay? And I agree, I should not do that, okay? But that's not what the fundamental issue is here, okay? Fundamental issue is we have numerous people that want to come in here and troll. Some people will troll, obviously. Other people will do it clandestinely. And then we have other people like the admin who are trying to clamp down on strong debaters like me and Mr. Kit and others because they don't like strong debaters, okay?
Yeah, and Darth, like sometimes, like
I
you
don't
know,
think you're wrong.
I try to learn from you, you know, because I think you have like good point, and I overtalk you sometimes by accident, you know. But I'm not trying to do it for being annoying or anything like that.
No,
But certain people are trying to do it.
I have told you a couple of times not to do it, but you frequently overtalk, Frenchie. But
Yeah.
the difference between you and these other people, you're doing this out of habit. You're not trying to be malicious. You're not trying to troll. You're not trying to antagonize. Okay. And that's why I don't get angry with you because you're not doing it on purpose.
Yeah, but those type
No,
of people,
thank
they do it. They want to harass you, you know. They do it on purpose, and they just want to trigger you.
No, I found out is the worst debater.
It's just amazing how so many people think that Darth is like this bad guy or something. I mean, people literally troll him daily, and he's tired of it.
You know,
I'm not understanding.
I literally feel sorry for these Muslim trolls. You know, I don't even believe that a lot of them are really Muslims. I think they're just cultural Muslims. Okay, and they just want to stand up for their culture or their history. I really don't think most of them really devoutly believe that Muhammad is the prophet of God.
Yeah, they don't because
At least many of the Muslims in here that I'm running into, I don't in my own biased opinion, I don't detect a sincerity or devoutness in belief in Muhammad. They're just trying to be oppositional to Christianity and do so from their Islamic cult background. I mean, look, Islam is a joke. Okay.
Then you get
All you have to do is all you have to do is read the Quran. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
When you read the Quran, you read the Bible. It's a completely different mentality through the Bible versus the Quran.
I do.
The Quran reads just like a mishmash of things that some guy just said, rambling off the top of his head.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, the Muslims in her are not real Muslims, because the real Muslims are the one who kill people who don't convert. Those are the real Muslims.
No, I wouldn't say that. I think that's being a bit unfair. I just think that they're cultural Muslims, but they really don't believe it, but they want to be oppositional to somebody who strongly defends Christianity. It's okay. Listen. When people are young and stupid, they're young and stupid. And they're arrogant, and they're prideful. And you know what? This is going to come back. It's going to bite them on the ass, because life is going to be over shortly. Life is over quickly. When you're young, you don't realize that. But life is going to be over quickly. And then we're going to stand before Jesus Christ as the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. And they know in their hearts Muhammad is not the prophet of God. They just desperately want him to be, because that's their culture, that's their history. But it's obvious from looking at the teachings of the Quran, this is not of God. Okay, you have to be really ignorant to believe that.
Yeah.
What I think is funny is these people that claim to hate Darth, and they hate the amount of power he has on servers, supposedly. That's what they complain about, the amount of power he has. And yet they're obsessed with him. They follow him from server to server. He's taking up space in their heads and not paying rent.
Rent free.
Yeah, and so they are obsessed with him. He's got a lot more power in their heads than he does on any server. It's amazing to me how much power they give him.
Look, Mr. Kit and I disagree on certain issues. When we first met, we didn't see eye to eye, and there was rough and tumble. And now,
Absolutely.
in spite of whatever disagreements we have, we're making a good faith effort to get along despite whatever differences we have, because we have a common objective. That common objective is to proclaim that Jesus Christ is the Lord and he is the Savior, and all men everywhere need to repent and turn to Jesus Christ to escape the wrath and judgment of God that is to come.
Dawkins, what do you think about the rapture?
I hold to a pre-tribulational rapture. I believe that the rapture will occur before the 7-year tribulation.
That's
Dawkins,
crazy.
before
And I
Dawkins,
totally agree.
Dawkins, before you were saying there's no truth without Christianity, what did you mean by that?
Could you repeat, please?
Oh yeah, no problem. Yeah, before you said there's no truth without Christianity, what did you mean by that?
Without the Christian worldview and the God of the Bible being the ontological ultimate starting point, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Without that ultimate reference point of the triune God and his property set, then truth and falsity will be meaningless.
What do you mean by meaningless? You mean no objective meaning?
It'll be unintelligible.
What do you mean unintelligible? How would it be unintelligible?
Because something will be either true or false in reference to the ultimate reference point, which will be the God of the Bible. Without the God of the Bible, I'm answering it. Okay, truth and falsity, as well as the intelligibility of other concepts, depend and derive from the eternal character and property set of the God of the Bible, which would be our ultimate reference point. So, for example, do me a favor. You don't have to do it now, but sometime later today or tomorrow, I'd like you to visit the YouTube channel Zach King.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Would you do that for me? He specializes in optical illusions. And he has millions of subscribers. He does fantastic, very entertaining optical illusions. And the reason why you know what you're looking at is an optical illusion is because he deliberately changes the perspective. Once the perspective or the starting point is changed, you then change what you previously thought was a fact, was not a fact, and that you come to a new fact. So in either scenario, before or after, you have a reference point or background information, which is used as a filter to invoke particular facts, right? Well, the God of the Bible is the ultimate reference point. Not only his existence, but his character set as well, his properties, right? And that property set is what provides the ultimate background information so that there can be facts. So to put it another way, the only reason why I can say I have a fact I'm holding a big ballpoint pen in my hand is because the God of the Bible exists. He created this world. He sustains this world, and the world continues and operates according to him implementing the causal principle and laws of nature, including chemistry, molecules, physics, and then therefore man, where he gave a brain and being made in the image of God, where they could reformulate things that God made into other useful substances. So all of these facts require a system in order for them to be facts. There has to be background information in order for there to be facts. And the only ultimate background information or ultimate reference point that can provide for facts is the God of the Bible. Now, if you or anyone else don't agree with that, then you will have in mind that there is another ultimate reference point so that there can be facts. If there is no identifiable, attestable ultimate reference point, then there cannot be facts, and the idea of truth or falsity becomes meaningless. Because in what background information could truth or falsity be meaningful? Truth or falsity derives its meaningfulness in terms of your model of reality.
Sure. So there'd be no truth without God because because truth comes from God.
I am the way, the truth,
What is
the life.
true? What
Hey
is
Darth,
true?
can I ask you a question, buddy?
You can shut up for a second while I'm answering fitness. So fitness, what is true is whatever would comport and conform to the mind and being of God. So that when God creates the world and he institutes an unimaginable number of particulars, and then he imposes certain continuity upon it, these things are true because they are exuded from God. They are from God and they reflect God's character. Okay? Something is false, most people think, they'll say, well, because it doesn't conform to a belief or it doesn't conform to reality. But for a Christian, we don't say that because reality as a concept is not what is ultimate. What is ultimate is God himself. So something is false if it does not conform to the mind of God and how he reveals it.
Okay, so because of the premise that you already believe that God exists, you would say that there'd be no truth. Like truth would be meaningless because you'd be rejecting the truth of God. Is that correct?
It's not just truth and falsity. There would be no intelligibility without the God of the Bible as the ultimate reference point.
How would there be no intelligibility?
Because there would be no background information. An ultimate reference point is going to be the ultimate background information. Why is anything the way it is? Right?
Oh, so yeah, so you don't think there could be alternate ways where you could believe that for how the universe came to be and all that?
Well, it's much broader than how the universe came to be. It's why anything exists at all. Okay, and so for the Christian, okay, facts are created facts by definition, because God is the only thing that is self-contained and absolute and ultimate. Everything else is derivative and hence a created fact. If one doesn't accept that, then what they think are facts will be what we call brute facts. In other words, they have no ultimate identifiable reason or background information or reference point as to why it is. And therefore, it would be uninterpreted. And if it's uninterpreted, it would be unintelligible.
Okay.
Again, Jesus said this as I am the way, the truth, and the life.
And right, and the reason why Jesus said he is the truth is because he is the mind of God. And I said, truth is whatever conforms and coheres to the mind of God and how he reveals it. So when people come along and they want to say, no, I don't accept Christianity, that is an implicit counterclaim. that the God of the Bible and how he has revealed himself is not the background information. It's not the ultimate reference point. Well, then they must be presupposing some background information. But that background information could never be attested to. So it will simply be an idolatrous conceptualization that they just pick out of thin air. This is how you can know Christianity is true. This is how you can know that reasoning that does not build or respond to God's self-disclosure, the Bible says is futile. So if somebody says E equals MC squared, that is futile if it emanates from the void, meaning God is not the ultimate reference point. Because why would you believe any mathematical or physical formula? Because what is it that therefore would be absolute and unchanging that would institute and secure the actual continuity of stuff? Because all you would just left with and just say, well, I haven't seen any deviations so far in certain things, so what? That's like a little girl saying, Daddy, it's going to rain tomorrow. Well, why, honey? Why is it going to rain tomorrow? It's rained every day for 4 days, so it's going to rain tomorrow, Daddy. That's the same logic unbelievers have when they say that the future will be like the past, or there's a uniformity of nature, when they don't have the God of the Bible as their ultimate reference point and his self-disclosure of himself. Don't accept and honor God's self-disclosure of himself in natural and special revelation, then you have no ultimate reference point. There is no backdrop. There is no how shall I put this? Ultimate perspective to connect the dots for anything. And those people who think they do, they're borrowing capital from the Christian worldview. And since they don't want to acknowledge God, then I want to know what is then that's absolute then. Because if nothing is absolute, then where do you get the idea that there's a uniformity of nature? Where do you get that from? Where do we get laws of logic from? Where? And it turns out that the foundational parameters that the unbeliever holds to in order to reason about the relationship between particulars and facts, they're holding in violation of their criterion of belief, that same criterion of belief that they use to dismiss God. But when it comes to their foundational beliefs, they just say, well, it just is, without rational justification. Well, it just is.
Why do we need an ultimate reference point? Why can't we just assume these things to be true because they seem to be true and we have no way to reject them?
You're not understanding, because there would be no interpretive frame of reference. In order to have a fact, you have to have a frame of reference. Remember I told you go to Zach King? Okay? When you watch his video, in the opening scene, you form a belief about what you see. Then he changes the perspective. He changes your background information or your reference point. And then you realize that what you previously discerned or interpreted to be a fact and its relationship with other particulars, you now realize that those facts are no longer facts, that you form a new set of facts because your background information has changed or your reference point has changed. You can't have facts without some type of metaphysical reference point or background information. Okay? Look, I showed a picture of one of my relatives with me standing next to Pope Francis. And they go, how did you get to stand next to him? And I said, that's not really him. That's just a blown up picture of a cutout of him. And they went, oh. Now, when they first saw the picture, they thought that they were having a correct interpretation of facts, that there was Pope Francis and there was me in the picture. But then when I gave them another reference point, they threw away their belief that I was standing there with Pope Francis. Now they understood that I was standing there with a photographic cutout. Okay? So your model of reality it will determine what can or will be facts. And in a model of reality, you're going to have ultimate background information. Without it, you can't have facts. If you take courses in the philosophy of science, you're going to find out that all scientific conclusions or empirical explanations are theory laden. You can't form a belief or a fact, something, without background information, right? So when we talk about ice cream cones or the sky being blue or the dog running in the backyard, it will either include or exclude the God of the Bible as the ultimate reference point. I mean, surely we can understand that if we acknowledge the God of the Bible as existing because he's revealed himself in natural and special revelation, then I can have a fact because of God's world and God's plan. I can have a fact of a rock on the road and a ballpoint pen in my hand. Right?
Can I now ask you a question, buddy? It's too long.
But if we just wait a second, but if you do not accept God's self-disclosure of himself, what is the ultimate frame of reference for any fact? The answer is you will have none. And the only reason why you will think you have intelligibility or facts without reference to God is because you're unwilling to examine your background information, which is nothing. Without the God of the Bible revealing himself, you have no background information. No background information, you don't have facts. Go ahead with your question.
Why do you mute everyone? Like, why are you being such an asshole?
Okay, it's the same reason why I'm muting you now.
That's ridiculous. Oh my goodness.
Well, I answered him. I said I mute them for the same reason I'm muting him now, because he's trolling.
Yeah, I don't even know
Don't
why
even
they
say,
do.
"Oh my goodness," here.
I had another
my.
question. I have another question.
Oh, the ever deceitful Canadian Catholic. He never ends. He's like a bad penny. He keeps showing up.
I have a question. Hello?
Yeah. By the way, it does existence, does it have a property?
Can I ask a question first?
Sure.
Okay, good. But I want everyone to understand the question because I think if I make it clear, I'm asking Darth.
Just get on with it.
Okay, but listen, let me finish. I'm going to shut up and let him answer, but I want to just at least finish the question. I'm asking a true dichotomous question that I believe presents a dilemma, right? And just to be clear, I'm not trying to refute the Christian God since I believe in it. So here is the problem. Either existence is contingent on a God or it's not contingent on God. And this is a true dichotomy. Now, if Darth goes and says that it is contingent on a God, this is self-defeating, since God, for something to be contingent on God, God has to exist. But if he takes the view, right, that existence is not contingent on God, then he is conceding our view that there are brute facts like existence. So, Darth, which is it going to be? Is existence contingent on God or no? I shut up.
Okay, when you say existence, I need to know what that means.
State of being, state of being.
Yeah, everything that exists that is not God depends and derives upon God.
No, does the concept of existence derive from God?
If existence is an abstraction, then an abstraction is the product of your mind, and your mind is derivative of God. Okay?
No, does the state of being itself depend on God?
What is it? What is a state of being?
Existence.
Existence of what?
Existence itself. The property of existing, the property of having a
could you tell me what the property of existence is?
Having state of beings, having states of being.
State of being. No,
Yeah.
you're going to have to give me something to instantiate. Existence means that there is something that has properties and attributes, means it's actual versus not actual. When you say existence, all you're just talking about is actuality.
I got it, but for God to even instantiate that actuality, God has to exist,
God
right?
is God is the The God is the essence of true actuality. There is no actuality without reference to God.
Then that's a self-defeating position.
No, it's not.
Because for God to instantiate existence, he has to exist. He can't be instantiated.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
Okay, that's fine. Anyone else want to tackle that? Mr. Kit. I cut out. I can't hear anybody right now.
Mr. Kit, do you have an answer to his question?
Yeah. I don't know if Mr. Kit is a precept, though. I think Darth is a presupper.
And you don't listen to me. That's why you don't know. But if Darth is coming right back, then I got no problem waiting for him.
No, it's fine. It's fine. You can just give. I'm sure he's. I'm sure he's not gonna. I'm sure he's gonna be fine with you answering.
I get it. You didn't like my answer. I understand.
Didn't give an answer.
No, my answer
Was I
was
supposed to wait-
Darth is coming
wait for
right
Darth?
back. I'm fine with him answering.
All right, I'm back.
Okay.
We'll do it
So
live.
so the question
Yeah.
against is,
Have
right?
you ever
if you
heard the
posit
statement "existence is not a predicate"?
I've heard it from you.
Look it up. Existence is not a. It's not a predicate. Okay. Existence is just another way of saying that something is actual. Okay. Actuality does not exist in and of itself. It's an abstraction that we have. God is the only example of something that is pure actuality. Okay, everything else that is actual is derivative. God is not derivative.
So is God's actuality dependent on God?
No, God isn't dependent upon anything. He's just simply self-contained and absolute.
Okay, so then God's actuality is a brute fact.
Yeah. No, okay. We've been over this how many times? Are you mentally ill?
I have mental illnesses, but
okay, yeah, that
Incredibly inappropriate.
It's obvious, okay, because you
Just answer his question.
Now, yeah, don't over talk or you're gonna get server muted. Okay.
Oh no, I just got unserver muted by the owner. So cry harder.
Okay. Now, troll me again, and I'm gonna get you kicked off the server. Now, you keep on playing these word games because you are drinking the dirty toilet water of Jack Angstrike. This is what Jack Angstrike specializes in. Sophist word games. Okay.
I just debated Jack. We disagree.
Okay. It doesn't matter. Okay. The both of you are mentally deranged. Both of you have mental problems. Okay. Now,
Jack Angstrike Jr.
Listen to me carefully.
I'm
okay?
not.
You can play word games all you want. God himself is absolute and ultimate, and he is non-dependent upon anything. And by the way, when you say he's a brute fact, well, we're not using the word brute fact in the same way. A brute fact is something that exists without any reason whatsoever. In other words, you don't even if you say that there's an object, if you say there's an entity that it simply exists within its own properties and attributes, its properties and attributes are absolute within itself and non-derivative, then it wouldn't be a brute fact. You understand?
I got that, but my claim was that the actuality.
Listen carefully. A brute fact is something that is simply posited to exist without any explanation. God does have an explanation for his existence. His existence is self-contained. Okay? He's not derivative. This is a well-known theological concept. Now, if you said what you're saying to me now to an array of professional theologians who do this for a living, they would all laugh in your face at your sophistry. Do you understand that?
But I didn't say that God is a brute fact. I said, is the actualization of God a brute fact?
No, God is not a brute fact. God simply
I got that,
is.
but is God's
Right.
actualization
You're not. Listen, I don't even know what that gobbledygook means. Okay, you're just playing word games because you're mentally deranged. Listen very carefully.
Does the state of God exist?
God is the only thing that is ultimately absolute and self-contained and non-derivative.
God exists, right? God exists.
Okay, God is actual. Yes.
So what explains that actuality?
Himself.
That's a self-defeating statement, because for him to explain anything, he has to be actual, right?
Listen to me. You're mentally ill, my friend. You are mentally. You can giggle. Hey, listen. You can laugh all you want. I'm not the one who was institutionalized a little while ago, right? I'm not the one who was institutionalized, right?
Why are you ad homing him right now?
You want to laugh at me?
I'm not laughing at you.
Okay. Oh, really? You're the one who was institutionalized. I wasn't institutionalized.
I'm not denying.
I didn't have to be locked up like you. And you want to giggle at me?
Not mocking you. I was just finding.
Oh, you're just laughing at my answer. You're not mocking me. Did you take your psych meds this morning?
Why are you ad homing him right now?
That's not an ad hom, sir.
Oh, you're just like,
wait, how's it not
assaulting him based on
you
mental
again?
illness?
Okay, listen to me.
What?
Okay, listen to me. That's the second time you've trolled me, Jew. Keep trolling me, and I will get you banned from the server.
Hey, Darth, can I ask you a question?
Hold on a second. Down in Just give me a
This service dictatorship. It's a Christian server. What do you expect? It's the best server, bro.
Go ahead.
Alright, so what's your proof Christianity is the truth?
Oy
What's the proof? What's the proof? We've already been through this.
Yeah, several times.
Alright, and then say it again. I want to hear.
Christianity is true because of the impossibility of its denial. In other words, in order to have truth and falsity as an intelligible concept, then it will follow that Christianity is true, because without Christianity, without the God of the Bible, then truth and falsity will be meaningless. So if there are truths and falsehood have meanings that an idea or an expression does not. So Christianity is true because it is the necessary ultimate reference point without which there couldn't be truth or falsity. Now, you will either accept that. If you don't accept what I'm saying, then you will be, by implication, denying it, and then you're going to have to tell us what the ultimate reference point is. Christianity is true.
I mean, I'm not.
Christianity is true because what the Christian worldview says about itself, the triune God, what he has done, is doing, and will do, are self-authenticating and self-attesting, whether or not you choose to be persuaded by it. Now, if you say that it is not self-attesting, then you are saying it's false. Then you are presupposing that there is an ultimate reference point that is not the God of the Bible, and you're going to have to tell us what that is, because you are not a neutral bystander. Okay? To not accept the self-disclosure of the Christian God that he has given through natural and special revelation is to make an implicit counterclaim, which you will have to defend. Or you have another option. You can sit there and be quiet and count the days until you stand before Jesus Christ as Lord and Savior, but then it will be too late for you.
So basically, this is your proof that Christianity is truth. is what's supposed to make me
You're not understanding. When
I
you
am.
don't, okay, are you familiar with the basic doctrinal pillars of the Christian worldview?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, are the doctrinal claims, doctrinal pillar claims of Christianity self-attesting and self-authenticating?
What does this have to do with my question about confirming Christianity's
I will
truth?
ask you the question one more time. If you choose not to answer it, it means you're dodging. Christianity is true because it proves itself. It proves itself that it is the only worldview and ultimate frame of reference that one could have in order for there to be proof or truth for anything.
Circular reasoning.
And who said it's wrong?
Oh, me, Biden 2020.
Okay. Then tell me what is the ultimacy of reality that is the basis of all possibility and impossibility. And please do not be so stupid as to repeat what people say when they say reality or existence, because that's not an answer.
Cool. So, there are more worldviews than just like the Christian one, and
Hold on. You are too close to your microphone source. Turn down your voice sensitivity. Okay. Now repeat what you said, but slow down so I can hear you. Go ahead.
Is this better in terms of volume?
Yes.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So, in terms of the Christian worldview and truth, it is not the only worldview there is. It is not the only ultimate worldview for reality that there is. There are many other theories of truth that you can hold consistently.
All right, hold on. Okay, all right, here's the problem. You have made the very common error that in your rejection of the exclusivity of the Christian worldview being the necessary precondition for truth and intelligibility, what you are advocating to make Christianity not exclusive and necessary is you're advocating that there are other worldviews out there. That's called pluralism, okay? That there are other worldviews out there. However, that is not a coherent position to put forth. And here's why. It's because whatever worldview that you hold to, that's the only thing that you can present as a putative alternative to the Christian worldview. If you offer another worldview other than your own, then it will be false in regards to your worldview. All worldviews are mutually exclusive and contradictory to each other. Okay? And it's not debatable. So if you don't accept the Christian worldview, as I have said before, you're going to have to tell us what the ultimate reference point is. If the God of the Bible, the triune God, is not the ultimate reference point, then you're going to have to tell me what is. Your non-acceptance of Jesus Christ being representative of the Godhead is the ultimate reference point of everything that begins to exist. Then you're going to have to tell me what is the ultimate reference point.
Sure, so what I was explaining was not really pluralism. I don't hold pluralism. What I was explaining is that...
Yeah, I just explained to you did. Did you offer...
No, so I was talking...
Listen, no, stop.
Sure.
Did you tell me that there are other worldviews out there that are plausible?
Yes, that can be held by themselves without contradiction.
No, listen to me. That's pluralism, my friend.
Nope.
Yes, pluralism is to speak from a specific worldview and to say that other worldviews are potentially actual. That's what you said. That's called pluralism.
What is my worldview
Listen
then?
carefully. Listen carefully. Well, that's what I'm waiting for you to tell me. Now, do you understand that all worldviews are mutually exclusive and contradictory to all other worldviews?
Sure, so good thing that it didn't say that they can all be held together.
Therefore, when you don't accept the Christian worldview, which is an implicit, if you don't accept the Christian worldview, that consequently is the denial of the Christian worldview. But you can only deny a worldview and its ultimacy from your own worldview and its ultimacy. Otherwise, you cannot deny the Christian worldview. So,
Oh,
what
but
is
you
your
can.
worldview, and what is your ultimate reference point within your worldview?
So for one, you don't need like an ultimate reference point. There are skeptic philosophies. There are skeptic philosophies that you need to engage with before. Oh, you can have an episode if you want.
Okay, good. I'm gonna. Good. Do I have to server
Cool.
meet you?
Oh, you can like power trip if you want.
Listen to me carefully. You are speaking out of colossal ignorance. Okay. Whatever worldview is true, it's going to require an ultimate reference point. And that what that means is it's going to be whatever is absolute and ultimate that institutes and secures whatever is possible and impossible. If you say that you are speaking from a coherent worldview, but there's no ultimate reference point, then any propositions that you speak will be uninterpreted because there's no ultimate or final background information for them.
سمي الله ولمن حمده.
Right, there we go. So the point is, you may think it's cute to say that there isn't an ultimate reference point, but it's philosophical and metaphysical suicide. Okay? Because then you're not going to be able to invoke intelligible propositions. Okay? If nothing, when I say ultimate, I mean whatever is ultimate, absolute, self-contained, non-derivative, and is the source of all possibility and impossibility. So, in your worldview, do you have an identifiable ultimate reference point, an absolute, or not?
Wait, again, you can have like a coherentist theory of truth.
I'm
You can
not
hold
hearing
it.
an answer to
Oh,
my question.
yes,
Dodge
actually.
my question again and you will be muted.
Oh, well, be careful there. You don't want to have a heart attack. So what you can do is that you can actually have a coherentist. You can have a coherentist
How is he a
theory of
troll?
truth.
I don't
Wait,
see how
how
he's
is he
a
a
troll.
troll?
Because I asked him a direct question. He wasn't answering the question. He was trying to filibuster his way out of it by talking about coherentism. Okay? Now,
This is
we weren't talking about epistemology. We were talking about ontology. He was conflating on epistemology with ontology. Okay, he's talking about coherentism. That's an epistemology. I wasn't talking about epistemology. I was talking about ontology. Now he knew better, but this is what we call filibustering your way out of answering the question. And when I caught him and I told him that he wasn't answering the question, and then he says, "Don't have a heart attack," he's proving to me that he's simply a troll. He's wasting my time. He didn't get muted because he said something that I disagree with. He got muted because he's trolling. He's filibustering, and when I call him out for filibustering, he then resorted to insulting me. Now, I'm not against insults if they're deserved, but the fact of the matter is,
No, you're the authority on if they're deserved or not, correct? You're the authority on if an insult is deserved?
yeah, you're going to have to turn down your voice sensitivity.
Oh, I mean, I don't think it's that sensitive, but just turn down your volume.
Turn down your voice sensitivity, sir.
You can right-click on my name, and then you can turn it down yourself.
Okay, bye. See you later.
Bro, that's not trolling.
Oh,
That was
it
not trolling.
was synthesis again. Okay, he's done. I told him to stop trolling me. All right, he's done. He's not going to get banned from the.
Can I ask you something?
Please wait.
You the owner of this server?
Okay, I just sent notification for him to be banned. He was warned. I told him to stop trolling me.
Darth, last time we had a conversation, it ended with you saying you're going to kick my ass. I thought I was being rather civil.
I didn't hear you because I had to turn you up, which means you were previously trolling. Want to repeat?
I said last time we had a conversation, it ended with you saying you're going to kick my ass, but I thought I was being pretty civil.
No, I don't agree with your recollection.
Yeah,
Do you think one can?
gonna have to be
Do you
wrong
think
then.
one can? Do you think one can
Okay,
stop
hold
doing
on a
something
second.
without
Hold
having
on
a
a
rep?
second.
Huh?
Shut up. Shut up. Okay. Did you send me repeated at Darth Dawkins messages over and over and over again?
Like over a year ago, yeah.
No, you did it in August 28th. You did it on August 27th as well. Okay.
So close to a year ago.
This is not that is not the behavior of a mature adult, is it?
Well, no, you know, people grow a lot. I
No.
was
Okay.
like, what,
Bye.
7?
You're done.
How would you expect someone to stop doing something if you want to explain what they're doing and how it's bad?
He does it again.
So
He
trolling,
does it
for
again.
example.
I really, you know what? I really do not care if anyone.
What do you mean you don't care?
Likes my. Did you hear me talking?
What, you interrupt people as well?
All right. Okay. Bye.
Oh, you're such a little bitch. Holy.
We got him. We got him. We smoked him out. We got another troll.
Hey, Darth Dawkins, I've been unmuted again. Darth Dawkins, I'm curious. Do you think somebody's trolling you every time they make you mad, or?
Oh no. Sometimes people make me mad just because they're just outright lying to me. Look, I've been doing this for 10 years, okay? And I'm very well acquainted with all the kind of tactics that people pull, both overtly and covertly, okay? I just don't have the stomach or the patience for it anymore, okay? I'm no longer willing to give these people multiple benefits of the doubt, okay? Once it's clear to me you're trolling, we're done, okay? I have plenty of conversations and debates at great length with people who strongly disagree with me, but they don't engage in lying. They're not trying to be deceptive. They're not trying to troll, and they don't get server muted.
Darth, are you still there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Synthesis is now going to be banned from the server because he wanted to harass me over and over and over again. So, harass me over and over again, you'll be gone from the server.
Dickhead! That's a dickhead right there, man.
If you have open mics, folks, and you're not talking, you're going to get server muted. Okay?
Hold on. Why am I not a VIP?
And so, Darth, what's
Why
even
am
more?
I not a VIP? I've been in the speaker's corner and everything.
Okay, can you shut up, please? No, Darth. What I was gonna say.
To my character.
What's crazy is there's actually mods in here, or actually Christians who stick up for these and it's ridiculous.
Dang.
us, and he literally muted people because of things they did in the past, like a year ago sometimes, that are unrelated to the server completely.
He's also muting people for disagreeing with him about like extremely
No,
mediocre.
synthesis. Listen to me. Synthesis.
Yes,
You
go
guys
ahead.
came here when Darth Dawkins joined. I don't know why. Who gives people information that Darth is in a particular VC and a bunch of atheists and agnostics are joining in this server, and I cannot control it.
I mean, I can
It's so
answer it
funny.
in the announcements. You have an announcements channel set up that we can all subscribe to.
What did I
Mr.
miss?
Kid, I have a question. Mr. Kid, I have a question.
No.
Whoa. Let's
Not
have some
yet.
order in here.
Not yet. I want to talk to Paul.
Oh, cool. I would like to
I-
talk to IBN for a little bit, and then you can talk to Paul. I'd be welcome to
No,
let you.
this is
Christian
Kid
VC.
Happens. Thank you.
I don't know
This
what you're
is Kid
saying.
Happens. So
Okay, well, I'll let you
I'm
talk to
saying-
Paul. I'm gonna head
I'm
out then, I
saying
guess.
this is my room. I shouldn't have to beg
what is
for
Kid?
permission to
what-
speak in my room. So Paul, I appreciate
have
what
permission.
what you said, not just saying that I'm a good moderator, but I appreciate what you said. And yeah, I just want to be clear. When I was muting people today, they were taking the Lord's name in vain. They were cussing, they were screaming, and they were screaming over one another. And so I had to take control of that room, and that's what I did. And that's why nobody should unmute somebody when I've muted them. Most of the mutes I do last 15 seconds. So I mute somebody, I tell them what they did wrong, I ask them not to do it again, and I immediately unmute them. Nobody is muted longer than that when I mute them, unless they immediately break the rule again when I unmute them. So please, anybody who's actually a moderator on this server, please don't undo my mutes, because I know what I'm doing when I do it. I'm a moderator on something like 20 different servers, and I take it very seriously how I do it. I try to be fair to everybody, and I never mute people for disagreeing with me. I do mute them for breaking the server rules. So thank you, Paul, for what you said.
Cheers. God bless. Okay.
And I'm sorry that I accused you once. I thought you were the one unmuting them. If you weren't, then
Does have mute and like just have him mute people on behalf of Darth Dawkins. I think that'd be fine. But giving